gracious. I succeeded that one time for like 5 minutes. Yeah. I was just pushing you entirely around the map.
Oh, there's no record of that, by the way.
There is, actually. It's on Twitch.
Nope, it's been...
Did it get deleted already?
Yeah, I thought
That is an interesting conflict that could cause some interesting situations.
What?
Apparently Rhythm and RP Bot both use the exclamation point.
Oh, that's bad.
Cool.
Well,
So if
just
there's
don't...
a song about roll 1d20,
Yeah.
There's definitely a song about roll a d6.
So don't play it, ever.
short swords are now outlawed in this game.
Alright, so let's focus a little bit, guys. It's already 11. And I need to get to a certain part. That picture needs updated. That is the wrong hair color.
That's
who
her
now?
mortal disguise.
No, even in her mortal disguise, she's got more of a gray-white, like a wolf.
Well,
Her what? Sylvie?
Yeah.
I thought she was blonde.
Kind of.
Borhild is blonde.
I was about to say, is she blonde? Or is it white, gray, silver?
Her hair's supposed to look like wolf fur.
well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Dice. We're here with the beginning of Chapter 3 of Wanwed. Holy crap.
This is probably going to be really disgusting, but a little bit of that, please.
Oh, no.
It's going to taste slightly like mint chocolate,
That's... So you're making weird-ass mimosas. Got it.
basically.
But hello. Welcome. For everyone who will be viewing this at some other point. We're gonna waste no more time. And, turn around over to you.
Alright, so... Last we left Chapter 2. You guys had gotten out of the city after Torhild had pushed the priest down a couple of stairs.
How's it go?
Once out of the city, you guys had tried to recollect yourself and work on a plan on how to get back into the city, as Runa and her son were now captives, as Runa had been taken by the local guards. Picking up from there, we're going to swiftly end that chapter for reasons you all are understandable of. When attempting to
The actual fuck, Prince.
sneak back into the city as you guys had planned, using Nisse as the prime sneaker here, you guys will make it... Well, she will make it to the point where she encounters some guards, gets some information, and to your surprise, you guys are escorted into the city on Nisse's request. Once in the city and gathered around, you're reunited with Runa, who is also joined by her lightly blue-skinned son. He looks much like the tiefling population you had met up to this point. It is explained to you that the boy had been taken into protective services after finding him running from a burning village. It was their intention to reinstate him as their prince, as his father before him was supposed to have taken the throne, but had disappeared many years ago.
Kind of called it.
It was definitely one of the options.
Yeah. It was either that or blood sacrificers.
Alright, so it is finalized that Runa will be remaining within the city, which derives a very irritated spirit from Sylvie. When questioned about the attacks on the village that you guys had been told about, do you want to get under the blanket?
Oh, I'm just trying to warm my hands. Touch them.
They feel about as cold as mine.
Yeah, a little bit.
When asked on the attacks of the city, you were informed that it was not them, but these demon-shaped shadows, full of cold and lifelessness, had destroyed the village in question. These tales will spark in Torhild and Sylvie memories of the attacks on Sylvie's village, as well as the fight within the Midnight Ruins.
That's what I thought that said. Durr.
It causes some concern amongst Torhild and Sylvie suggests that they collect theirs from Runa's village that was left weeks in the past and return to the Coven clan. It is Nisse, Ruby, Torhild, and Sylvie who will have an escort from the Tiefling village on Runa's request back to her town. You guys will make it quickly and safely as they have winter-styled carriages, large sleds that will get you to your location. Once there, the guards will leave you at your own disposal. You'll get time shortly to rest and make plans to depart. Torsten and Gunder, of course, are in the city where you guys had left them and are ecstatic to see you. Once informed that Runa would not be returning, Gunder falls a bit quiet. He will decline your guys' plan to return and announce his decision to remain within this village and hopes to rebuild it. Torsten, on the other hand, is exceptionally happy to be leaving and returning to the Coven clan. Ruby, at this point, you will be invited to come along as somebody who was added to the group with little knowledge of what had happened prior.
Well, I know nothing else of this realm, so it's kind of my only choice. It's either that or live in the cold, snowy shit by myself.
Alright, so poor orphaned Ruby will continue on with her newfound sisters.
Yay.
Torsten will make a comment about how Sylvie seems to be constantly picking up sisters these days. At this point, the 5 of you will leave the city, or the clan, well, the ruins, and begin your trek west to drop out of the mountains.
You both made the same joke. Fucking nerd.
We've both wanted to play Warforged Moon Druids for a long time.
Lame. But okay.
But just...
Metallic bear, metallic cat.
Wind up toys.
Basically.
We-
Just big old key
Kind
in
of
their
wanna,
back.
kind of want to see at some point a campaign where we're all like Warforged who don't know where the fuck we came from, just like blindly exploring.
I mean, that's kind of what Quarter was. So, if we ever
Yeah, but
pick
I'm
that
saying
up-
like, 3-4 of us like that.
Yeah. No, I like that. Especially if someone goes for like that soulless background. Then they're just like steel face.
It is not long in your travels before Nisse, you will, on one of possibly your walkabouts to find a frozen lake or climb upon a tree or even hunt what you're needing, you will come across a familiar carving in one of the frozen trees.
Familiar as how?
It's a marking that is much in the same style as the ones you are wearing.
How far away is it from the camp?
You probably are not far from the camp since you were settling close by, but far enough in order to handle what you need. Whether it's quite a few feet up in a tree or a mile or so down to get to a frozen lake.
Well, we'll take mark of where that is and return to the others real quick.
Any plans to do?
To let them know that my people have come for me.
To this odd explanation of things, Sylvie seems a bit taken back and uncertain.
Well, don't fret too hard over it. They were bound to catch up to me eventually.
Oh, this
Family
is
just
Nisse
keeps getting
saying
smaller and smaller.
goodbye. Why does everybody leave me?
Oh, don't worry. You'll hear from me here and there, I'm sure. At the very least, I'll have my eyes on you.
I don't know how to take that.
I'm just saying, back at home, I have resources that I can keep in contact with.
Well, we prefer more than just your eyes. The rest of your body, too.
Well, that's provocative.
You know what I mean.
Still, I've enjoyed my time with all of you. That's no lie there. You'll do fine. Besides, I do want to see my children again.
How will we know that you've made it safely?
She'll send a greeting card. Here's my family. Wish you were here. Plays Nisse jingle.
No. I'll send word once I've gotten my light reprimanding.
I asked for a lock of hair. She gave me 3.
It's a very long lock of hair. But no, you need none of that from me. But I will send word that I've made it safely. I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes being lightly chastised, I'm sure.
Do you have access to sending?
I will when I get back home.
Okay. I guess that would be probably more than enough.
I'm sure I can find my way back here if you do truly need me.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly, Dur. This story sounds emotional.
A little bit. It is a story of sisters, of sisterhood mostly.
And relationships and longing.
And Torhill doing random shit like kicking priests downstairs and then lighting everything up with freaking thunder. You know, little things.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny, tiny little Thor.
This wasn't the... Or was it the game with the 3 slaves?
No.
No,
What am
that
I
was
thinking of?
the Lost Souls, which is not
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. One of the little fight areas counters kind of
That
looks like
Terrifying.
one of the other ones, Torhold and all that. Like right before I
Alright.
joined.
So, Nisse says her goodbyes if everyone has said what they would like to.
Don't be a stranger.
I won't. Don't you worry about that. I'll keep my eye on you.
She keeps saying that. I don't know what she means.
It means that I've got the resources to peek in on you from time to time. So
Every
you all
step
behave.
you take.
So make for sure you all behave yourselves. I might just have to come and reprimand you myself.
Move you make, every breath you take. I'll be watching you.
Well, I have been told that I know when you're naughty and good nice.
Get nice.
Good nice.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe a little. It's all right, Ruby. You'll do fine.
Sylvie will approach Nisse, get flustered, and shift into her wolf form in order to nose bump your hand.
Let's stroke her. Yes, I'll miss you too, Sylvie.
A
I'll
low
miss you most of
grumble.
all, Scarecrow.
A low grumble will come from her muzzle before she turns and stalks away, laying next to Astrid.
I'll just turn to Torhill. Just
Pat, pat.
it'll get easier. Life is messy, but you'll figure it out.
Don't I know it?
If you say so.
Shouldn't keep them waiting. You'll hear from me probably within an hour.
Superhero jumps.
No.
Just takes off into the
Is
sky.
the key is the superhero landing.
Mm.
Yeah, she doesn't need to make a 3-point landing. She just kind of drifts down.
I
Alright.
think that's the first Deadpool, isn't it? Where he's all geeking out about the superhero landing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the one with Colossus in them, right?
Well, Colossus is...
They're in both of them.
Oh, are they?
Anyway, she will move off into the mist and snow.
Pretty sure it was the first one. His baby hand.
The morning is grave with departure. As you guys begin on your way, the temperature has warmed. It's definitely not as icy, nor are you catching the wind that you were higher up in the mountain. Above is the map in which you are transcending.
We are here.
Yes, you are there.
I'm elevating to a new side of consciousness.
Okay, that's within everybody's control. Let me see. Each square is about 3 days travel.
Woo!
You can reduce this time by succeeding in rolls and choosing to take paths that are more stable. Currently, there are no paths. Unfortunately, leaving the mountains is not going to be as easy as how you got there.
So how survival are you guys feeling? I'm feeling 7-ish.
Well, I'm not asking for survival.
Oh, what
Which
would you do for it?
You'll find out.
I
Can't
can
roll if I don't know the mod.
I can sort of read some of these places. Where are we trying? Or I mean, which way are we trying to go?
Down?
Yeah, so you are trying to go southwest.
What have I told you about going south?
He's doing it out of spite.
Oh, well.
You are currently on the border of Durik.
We're not here to protest, so
This is true.
And though not world traveled, Torhild, Torsten, and Sylvie do know that you guys are about to enter Dwarven territory, which is not the best idea.
it's the same path we came up with.
No. You
Probably went to the
guys
left.
got magicked up there.
Really, Cat?
Stop being a brat.
He's being a brat. Keeps leaving and coming back.
Because he loves you.
Yeah, he loves me so much. He's showing all that ass.
Alright.
Like my butthole.
Where you guys are right now, you will start some extensive mountain climbing as these grades become steep.
Gross.
I will need everybody to make their respective acrobatics or athletic checks.
I'm gonna go with acrobatics.
You, sir, do not have
Well,
a floaty. Check.
One of those is a -1, and the other one is not. So
I believe that die is cocked.
You may reroll.
I rolled a natural 10.
For who?
Me.
You're not even there.
Go and
You're
go
at the
back to
end.
your campaign.
Getting drunk.
No! No, I belong in all campaigns.
No, you don't.
I am
Oh,
making
slay
for
a guy.
sure that this mountain is OSHA compliant. It is not. It needs more handrails.
Fuck
Okay,
it,
so I rolled a natural 10, 2, which makes a total of 13.
Okay, so 13. Torhild has a 20.
Maybe I should stop drinking straight whiskey.
Yeah, maybe you should.
It's a good idea.
Sounds like coward's tact.
Okay, hold on, please, because I am getting back into the groove of things here. Oh, my pretty Torsten gets to make an athletics check. Does well enough. Sylvie rolled. Was not on a
13 is a
7
respectable
second.
roll.
Was not on that a moment ago.
True facts. The picture you're using for Torsten, I had once used for in Delicia.
Does not surprise me. At all.
Wait, is that Torsten?
Okay. No. Torsten is... Why I keep looking up there, I don't know. That
Oh,
is-
yeah, that guy.
He's very tall and lanky and elvish.
Blonde.
Well, not quite elvish, because he's also part of the clan. I am just as cold as you are. This does not affect me.
Actually, you're warmer.
Am I?
Yeah.
You don't feel cold to me.
Oh, try the fingers.
Yeah, those are cold.
Yeah, told you.
Alright, so everybody else rolled good enough to help carry Ruby, who is like rock climbing. I've never rock climbed before.
How many mountains do you see in the Feywild?
A lot, actually.
Well, the areas I didn't do that typically.
Well, okay.
I hung out with spirits.
Alright.
I did all my climbing when I was younger.
So in short and sweet, you're not slowed down by the mountain grave. And nobody gets injured badly. Ruby's struggling a bit, probably getting help from Sylvie and Torsten as they get down. Because
As
I'm
you do.
guessing the 4-foot nothing blonde chick is not going to be able to help you a whole lot.
Parkour.
Yeah, she could, but she's too busy parkouring down this mountain like a
Yeah,
boss.
she's just floating down. She's taking a note out of Nisei's boat.
Well, Nisse would just be flying.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot better. I'm just
Not
making
probably.
sure these dice are broken.
You're fine. So you guys are able to transcend that,
Okay, they are broken.
and in about 3 days, you guys enter an area that is not covered in snow and ice, is thick with trees, and you're met by some angry-looking dwarves.
Nice.
Oh, hi!
Beard
will-
sprites?
They will request that you reroute yourself out of their territory, and will even offer you an escort
Why
to
are the
get
beard sprites
the fuck
angry?
out. Well, you've entered their territory without permission.
Or beards.
Or beards. And most of you are too tall.
I'm not.
No, you're not. You're fine.
They named Torhild their queen.
I'm sure that they're giving her eyes, which is making Torsten fidgety.
So
Mess around and wind up pregnant.
they want to escort us out of their place, and
Oh, there's no want about it.
Well, we don't want to go back up that way. I barely got down here in one piece.
They will be heading you this way.
Oh, okay, I guess that's
and
fair.
the fuck out of their territory.
Yes, yes.
so they're, I'm guessing, gonna like, in theory, lead us to like where that other dotted line is.
Yes.
One would hope.
Well, I mean, it's not getting us back up in the snow.
Sudden blizzard.
Joke's on us. Deposits his halfway up the mountain.
One of you two, and you can fight for it, can roll me a survival check at advantage.
I could do
I
that.
would rather not.
I could do that.
Remember, Torhild's all about blissful ignorance.
15.
You don't have a character currently.
26.
Alright, 26. So you guys are able to move this area within 9 days. So you're traveling with dwarves for 9 days. Is there anything you're
Oh.
doing? Sylvie will remain in wolf form pretty much the whole time.
Asking about the strange little men.
What are you asking?
What are they? I've never seen them before.
Dwarves.
It's legit!
Dwarves, lassie. Dwarves.
What was that? It's like a... It's not like a... But is it like a fairy folk, or...
You ain't be finding any fairies in these parts.
Like an
Perhaps you should go
elemental?
back wherever you came from and find some fairies there.
I would love to. Show me the way.
We are showing you the way. Out.
But that's not back where I came from.
I don't know where you came from, and I don't particularly
The
care.
Feywild.
Well, perhaps if we kick you over this line hard enough, you'll get there.
I tend to doubt that.
Get out and stop touching my dingly dangly bells.
Oh my god, nobody's touching your dingly dingling anything.
Rub it on my haggis.
No.
My spurs, they
Orhild will be occupying these 9 days by attempting to dodge dwarf gazes and sticking close to Sylvie Wolf.
Along with that, Torsten will be very hovery around you.
Hovery?
And whenever you guys set up camp to sleep, you tend to end up between Sylvie Wolf and Torsten Bear.
This is not a bad thing.
Insulated,
Well,
for
both
certain.
of you do,
If you're
actually.
into furries.
Both of you do, actually, and Sylvie will actually encourage Ruby to pack up with them in wolf form.
I guess if I don't have a choice.
We're just one big snuggle puddle. It's awesome.
Apparently.
Pretty much. Sylvie
I'm
and
kind of
Torsten's
all for this.
Sylvie and Torsten's thoughts are kind of buffalo circle, you know, keep the weak links inside. Or in this
Nope, snuggle puddle.
concern, the
And
pretty
also,
ones.
Torsten is completely aware Torhild's not a weakling.
Oh, they are both very well aware. But like I said, it's more like keep the pretty ones who are attracting eyes inside the circle of murder.
Kraka shaka boom boom.
Yep. Word it however you like. It's a snuggle puddle. Deal with it.
As Ruby will join the wolves.
Huh?
Ruby will join the wolves.
I guess. I don't really have much of a choice. It's like, do it. I know you can. Do it. Do it.
You'll get much nuzzle and lovies from them as they enjoy other wolves.
Wow.
Alright. Anything less joking you guys are doing while traveling with the dwarves?
Making sure they have their food and loose cards.
Going. Don't make me yeet you 3 campaigns back.
It's like, I will snap you into next week.
As Erythony appears and drags you away by your ear.
I'm having fun. Leave me alone.
Wait a minute. Can we even understand these dwarves?
Yes, you can,
'Cause-
because you guys are actually, well, you not so much.
I know.
You two, yes, because they're in Drake and you guys are from Drake.
Okay.
Drake is a very large area, which is why I said Wandwood was probably not going to be affected.
But what's my other language?
You from the Feywild. You speak Feyish.
That's
Sylvan.
Sylvan. And I already have
Fays.
that by proxy.
Phasian.
I think
Asian.
I just recently had made came up with a bullshit name for the Sylvan language.
Well, that's your world.
Yeah, well,
And unfortunately, we're not there.
yeah, but
Sylvan's already a language.
yeah, but it formally named.
Yeah, like how he calls undercommon like
Vuna.
Varushan.
Vuna.
Yeah, that's it.
And how common is is Eskar.
Escargot.
Well, it does seem to travel. But no, Sylvan there's Sylvan and the Deep Speech both have formalized names because there's cultures kind of attached to those now.
So
I need to, which reminds me, I need to put cultures 2.1 up.
I could speak cryptid, or technically, since I wasn't Fey taken as a wee bab, I would have whatever language from whatever culture I got abducted from.
Some kind of Celtic-y type of language.
Yes, that. So probably Haldery.
We could say you're from Drake for ease of gameplay.
Drake, if it's a big enough area, why not?
Drake is very big and includes the growing forest.
So what's that called? Drakey?
Drakenese. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I'm sorry. I'm not as
Draconic.
established.
Is it Wyvern?
I'm not as established as Quinn.
Oops,
You'll have
that's
to
not
excuse
what I meant to
me.
put.
I'll just put.
How do you
Drake
spell
language.
Drake or whatever?
Diriak.
Duriake?
Uriak? Alright.
Drake. If you guys are just gonna make fun of my world, you can yeet yourself out of it.
Well, I mean, he already did. But no, my point is it's Diriak
E.
EK.
No, Iake.
So just an E at the end. So Duriake.
Drake.
I was voting for Draconic.
Draconic.
I'm gonna go drown myself now.
I would be.
Look, it's a dragon's world.
I'd be down for speaking dragon.
Look, it's a good-hearted pun there. Well crafted for just coming up with it. Thank you.
I don't know. I saw that pum coming up the turnpike, dragging its.
Yeah, no, you lost it.
Well, it's hard to fucking joke when I keep hearing myself and interrupting myself.
You'll get used to it.
It's so annoying.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Alright.
I saw that joke coming up the turnpike, dragging its muffler.
So the Cuddle Puddler will make their way out of Drake.
Because we're a pool of furry.
And into
Another folder.
Shut up.
You wound me.
Good. You will make your way into Itau.
A towel?
Itau.
Ow.
The dwarves will let you know that you're entering Itau. They are actually well versed in Dragonese, because I don't have a name for it yet. And
The Drake language.
wish you the best of luck as they stand at the border and wait for you to disappear into the distance.
Rather insistent, these little people are.
You
Yeah,
shouldn't call
seems
them
that way, don't it?
I'm not directly addressing them now, am I?
Well, how close were you to them when you whispered that? Uh-huh.
10 feet?
Alright, they probably didn't hear you.
Like, I may be from the fucking, like, savage wildlands, but I do have at least a modicum of decorum.
Fair enough.
So, we're in Itau now. Does that mean anything to anyone?
Means we're in a new place. That I don't know.
None of you are well traveled enough.
Oh, I'm well traveled. Just not this realm.
Chapter 3.
Well, Torsten, Torhild, and Sylvie are from small clans
In the frozen north.
way down in Southwest. So, no. You don't know Itau.
I did most of my travel by boat.
That too.
Wait, if you guys came from super southwest, how the fuck did you get in the frozen north?
Magic.
You like oopsied into a new realm?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I can relate to that.
Literally. Not even joking right now.
That doesn't happen. Says the person that got shot out by the Feywild.
I mean... That's fair.
So, Southwest, yeah?
Yeah.
As much as the dwarves will allow us.
So, you guys move probably about a day away.
I mean, you're welcome to come up here if you want to.
Gigi, come here, love.
Just don't step on my
Hi,
bladder.
Cooney boy. Come here.
Well, as usual, Torhild is blissfully ignorant to the world around her and does not know which way Southwest is.
Well, I know southwest by pure direction and survival and setting of the sun and all that jazz, but...
Aren't you also a druid? Can't you just know that, like, at all times?
Yeah, it's called Druidcraft. Speaking of which, what direction?
You guys are currently heading west. The dwarfs marched you west.
So we need to go more down the road.
Yes. Anyway, you guys march about another day, set up camp, rest, and continue on. At this point, one of you can roll a flat survival.
I would like to add my survival bonus.
What's your survival bonus?
7.
Sure.
Well, you said like a flat survival.
I just
I'm
meant
like,
not with advantage.
That's a 23. Modified, of course.
Yeah. I can't even get that high. That's why I'm not rolling them.
Alright, Druid doesn't even know where they are, but they know where they are.
You know, the sense of irony is not lost on me.
You guys travel well into the day when suddenly things become dark.
Like, I don't know where the fuck I am, but I know where the fuck I'm going.
And it's a
God.
darkness that is familiar to all of you.
This
Oh, shit, not again.
And you can't place where this darkness is from, but you find it eerily familiar.
Probably happened right before my Feywild sojourn.
Possibly.
Like, Mommy, why is it dark outside? Mommy? Mommy?
God. Alright. Okay, we're gonna keep you on this screen for right now, because I don't want to reveal what I have in the other one yet.
I mean, yeah, don't tell us your dirty, dirty secrets yet.
It's not long before you make it to a quiet village.
I definitely prefer you over the other one.
Small, cold, and the darkness seems to deepening.
This seems to be
There's
what?
someone imprisoning me.
Deepening.
Hmm.
It's getting
Darkening.
darker.
The darker is darkening. The
Darkening
darkness,
has come.
Darkness 2.
Darkness
Electric
times
Boogaloo.
2.
Darkness 2, the darkening.
Darkness 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Darkness 3, Tokyo Drift.
Darkness 4, Too Fast, Too Dark.
And at that time, I need everybody to make perception checks.
Ah.
Um,
Yep,
I
that's
don't
about
think
right.
I have dark vision. So
You don't have dark vision?
I actually don't think I
Well,
think I'm supposed
I mean, you
to.
can produce flame.
Yeah, I know. I was just debating if I needed to do that or not, but I need to double check something.
Quinn, what did you roll?
Magic dice.
Perception?
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
That was
25.
another being shot into
Wait, what'd you say?
existence.
25.
25?
So it
One
is
sec.
that darkness imprisoning me?
Oh, the AC.
Yes.
Okay.
A very familiar cold darkness.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision.
I'll have spent for dark vision then.
Okay.
So
It's on
I'm,
it's on your extended spell list.
yeah, true, but I don't have it prepped
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
until I produce flame, and then I'll make a perception. Cause it's entirely too feckin' dark.
I mean, if we were traveling in the dark, it would have made sense for you to have cast whatever you needed to
Yeah.
see.
We could say that you probably prepped that.
Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine.
Because, I mean, you've probably been traveling a while in dark and light, and moving through a new area. Yes, show off your 20. Very good, very
27.
good. You're the only one who rolled good enough to do what I needed you guys to do. So,
What?
congratulations. Oh,
I
no,
s-
you're not with them yet.
Well, you told me to
You're
roll.
not
Yes,
there.
and you rolled wonderfully, and I
Thank
needed
you.
that. I'm
You did
sorry
great.
that I didn't validate you.
Yes.
You should know better than to expect good perception rolls from Torhild.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
that's fair.
Sylvie did just as bad.
It's a second level spell,
That
by
is
the way.
sad.
Yeah, I know.
Second level spell, 8 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Non-con.
Shifting into the darkened town, Sylvie will drop back into her wolf form, not at all pleased with this. Her and Astrid will take up the back of the pack as you guys head forward.
I mean, technically, if it's, what, hearing or smell based and she was a wolf, she would have gotten advantage on the perception.
Fair enough.
Still terrible or better?
Better, but not great.
Okay. At least you got that.
Ruby, this darkness is offsetting, but not so much that you're not noticing the shifting sound of something in the distance. Possibly an animal? Maybe the inhabitants of this town? In return, you are very well aware that there is a group moving, and they are close by. I would like to take your actions first, and then I'll shift back to Ruby, please.
I knew these folks in the Dakotas. They could smell fear just by looking at you. So don't make a sound.
Now I'm afraid.
Battle faster, I hear banjos.
We'll probably stand from where I was kneeling.
Stand in the place where you are.
Stand and turn to see who approaches.
Ruby, go ahead and describe yourself.
So, kind of a pale, lightly grayish, almost ashen complexioned woman with fiery red hair that seems to kind of almost like glow bits and parts of it. More pronounced since we're in like fucking darkness. And then like leather tunic, breeches, the whole 9 yards, backpack.
How tall are you?
I'm not sure. I didn't put that. What's my sheet say? I want to say like 5 foot something.
Neanderthal.
5'8". 5'8".
Alright.
So not super tall, but taller than most of you people.
Taller than everybody but Torsten.
Pretty much.
And
I'd even go for 6 feet.
following not far behind is a bit of a taller, slimmer figure. Kind of clumsy in the way they're moving.
A lanky blonde individual.
With your perception, you probably also notice the short thing following close to the taller people's flank. And Torhild, you can go ahead and describe yourself.
Okay, Torhild is very small, bright blonde hair, 4'11", normally a bundle of joy, but currently it's just kind of meh. Not that you can make it out in the darkness, but she has pretty sapphire eyes.
Oh yeah, my eyes are kind of like reddish.
And shortly behind her are two large wolves, very much seeming to be on alert.
Two wolves?
Two wolves, Astrid and Sylvie.
Oh. I didn't know Astrid wolfed.
Astrid is full wolf.
Astrid is the wolf.
Oh, is that a pet?
Yeah. In return, what are they perceiving?
They are perceiving an individual about 6.5 feet tall,
Fuck, he's big.
built very solidly.
Like a brick shithouse.
Not quite, but just a large man with kind of tangled black hair, ghostly gray eyes, and a dressed in leathers and a great cloak that seems to have come from some large bear.
I almost feel like you're describing Fluffy's half-orc. Jesus.
His chest is bare, and sports what looks to be a hand painted symbol on it, and has likewise some of that marking around his I think it's his left eye.
If we're doing nothing tomorrow, do you want to watch Monty Python tomorrow?
Maybe.
I mean, that's a thought.
What was under his left eye?
There's marking on his chest and over his left eye.
Okay. Do you want me to show his token?
One from what would be definitely maybe to Sylvie, but definitely to you, the marking on the chest is druidic in nature.
Oh, so like actual druidic.
Well, it's of that sort of practice. It's of the practice.
It looks like it has that alphabet.
It's not
Actual writing.
no, basically it's the triquetra.
Oh, but I would still recognize it.
Yeah, I will recognize it as a druidic symbol, just not part of the language.
Is Sylvie not a druid? I thought she was.
She's not quite druid.
This is why I say might.
She's a pseudo druid.
Yeah.
Oh, is she like a
pseudo-druid.
ranger with like druid things?
Kind of.
Basically.
Welcome back.
Oh, Gigi. Good Cooney boy. Alright,
As
so...
the group approaches, and just kind of hold out a hand. Just
Feck ya tall.
Dirit. Gaetanamatorza.
I beg your pardon?
Are you speaking druidic?
Yeah.
You understood him.
Okay. What'd you say?
You'll understand him to have said, basically just, hello, how are you?
Shh, not in front of the others. I'll respond back in our secretive clicky click language.
Just kind of look, just the one person who would kind of just seems unconcerned with all that. It's just
Right.
Gilde sineram dam. Kanastatu.
Yes. Rather informal training at best. I don't know what you said, but I'm just assuming.
Basically, he said his name. He said, "My name is Gildis. What's yours?"
Ruby. Like the gemstone.
Well met. I have not seen anyone in these parts for some time.
Did you create the darkness?
I would have to say not.
Well, that's good. To know.
You arrived in this darkness.
I travel in the darkness with a caravan.
They seem to be missing.
I parted my ways from them.
Oh, okay.
I was told that I was needed here. Not so many words, but
I'll be super interested to know some information.
Okay. So, turning to the others. So, Gildas?
I'll just. I don't know if I've got any into this or if I've
What's
got
your languages?
besides common
I
that
could
doesn't
say it in
exist.
Sylvan if you prefer.
I have Zahir, Eskar, Elvin, and Ricey.
As the pale woman will begin to decipher for you, you, and only you, Gildas, will see the shadowy dragon. It will shift, crawling out of the tree line and standing on its hind legs, towering over you, and then wrapping around you. It's a frenzy of a feeling. You almost feel as if you're crawling out of your skin. And then, as Ruby is speaking Drake to her other...
Well, I'm speaking normal things to the others, because I speak Sylvan and...
We gave you Drake, remember? Because we
Well,
said... you
Oh,
were
Drake.
really familiar.
I thought you said Druidic.
No,
I'm like,
Drake.
why
Oh,
would
yeah,
I
you
speak
have
Druidic to them?
Drake.
But speaking...
Drake
as
to the others, yes.
Ruby is speaking Drake, you suddenly understand.
So this is Gildas, and he comes from far away, and he said he approached in the darkness, and he was with a caravan, but he parted ways because they said that, or he said that he was needed elsewhere, and leading him here.
That is about right.
Oh, you understood that.
I would think that the forces that have wanted me to be here have granted me the ability to understand you.
Oh, good. That'll make this easier. So
Indeed.
Gildas, Torhild, Astrid.
It's just
Sylvan.
I will go hand over my chest and nod. Yes, I am Gildas, son of Coranturi.
Gildas,
I imagine these names mean little to you.
Torhild, Astrid, Sylvie.
Question. I don't think so, but Anwin never went into this stuff, did she?
Nope.
What do you
Okay.
mean? Oh, the darkness?
Well, out of character, I know that this is Annie's brother, but in character, I don't think I do.
No,
No.
she never referred to herself by her last name.
As the two of you are doing introduction, and well, actually, before that, when the dragon falls on you, one of the wolves begins to whimper and act out.
Let me guess. The more wolf.
The other wolf will lean against that wolf and seem to be trying to calm it. You do your introductions.
Torhild, Astrid, Sylvie. This is Gildas. I'm Ruby.
Will
Again.
I, Sylvie, just kind of give a nod?
Her hackles stand up,
Just kind
almost
of
as if you
acknowledges.
surprised her.
You considered it safer to travel as such?
She certainly prefers that form.
Fafnir smiles on you then.
Will continue to stand there, hackles raised, lips starting to twitch as if she's fighting off a growl.
I imagine that this is not the lands of Barovia.
Where?
That is Good to know.
To that, Torsten will speak up.
Oh, Torsten. I knew I was forgetting someone.
This is a Tau.
It, no place I've ever heard of.
And the place you speak of is foreign to us.
It is a land caught between life and death, so I am to understand.
We've seen some of that here as well.
And here I thought I had escaped it.
Everywhere was a line between life and death.
I have not heard of this Itao. I do not imagine that a village is familiar to you by the name of Alta.
No, but not many villages out of the Coven clan are.
Then my luck is not as good as I had hoped. I had thought to return. I was hoping to have returned home.
Doesn't look like you've made it, but if you bear no ill will towards us, perhaps tonight we can share a campfire.
Fire.
It would be good to have the company of some who presumably knows the area.
We'll smile slightly.
At least better than I do.
More than likely better than you do.
I don't know the area. I just know how to travel.
And
Then-
you've done very well, Ruby.
No, neither.
Then, in what direction are you headed?
Southwest. Pulls out Druidcraft again. That way.
If then you have more miles to walk, we shall walk them together.
We're probably headed into some dangers. It's fair for you to know that.
It is unlikely that the dangers you are facing equal to what I have just experienced.
Torhild, do you want to give him a rundown? You were there at the Midnight Ruins. I wasn't.
What do you... A rundown?
Torsten is asking you to explain to this stranger what kind of danger he may be facing if he decides to go along with you.
Well, there used to be, more of us, and when this darkness was kind of spreading everywhere, we went to this dark temple place, and there was lots of these little demon guys, and we had to go in there, and well, we thought we had ended it with killing a certain someone.
To that, the wolves will growl in tandem.
Was this
Size.
before I came along?
I see.
I'm really not good at storytelling or anything.
Imps and the like are nothing to joke at, but companions and myself are fresh on the heels of a victory over Great Vampire Lord. Broken, at least some would say temporarily, if not extendedly, broken his hold over our land.
Vampires, huh? Torsten looks uncertain.
Ooh.
Vampires.
Torhild, you remember your short stick with vampires?
Yep. Again, blessed with out of character knowledge that they are not in this area anymore.
Where'd they go?
They fecked
Well-
off.
They're an empire now, or at least one of them is.
Yeah.
One of them's an empire. Yeah?
Be right back.
But the dangers that you face are... They do not discourage me. At the very least, I am meant to be in this area.
I mean, we've had some run-ins with vampires before, and if you were able to take down a lord of them, then I'm sure you would be of help. They were formidable for sure.
I did not do it alone.
I know.
I just can't remember his name.
Who?
Your guy,
Grenville.
Grenville. Okay.
Grenville du Eleval. And he is, as far as I know, still in Barovia.
Yep.
Not Barovia.
He elected to stay behind and try to set things right.
Then what happened?
Who knows?
He might have gotten et. We don't know.
I think it'll be fine. Ouch.
So, this darkness is something you have faced before.
What, this? Once?
Yeah,
Not really
we
phased.
It is
We-
unnatural, to be sure.
Yeah, it came at the odd hours of the day, and like I said, we traveled to this shrine, and we thought we ended it, but apparently that's
To the-
not the case.
To the mention of the shrine, the wolves will begin to howl.
There's a sadness to that, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But, well, after that, our other friend kind of, like, bathed in the darkness and then left, so maybe she's around here somewhere. I don't know.
Growling.
Other friend, you never mentioned her
Would
before.
complicate things, I suppose, given the reactions.
Torhild, do me a favor.
Yep.
Roll me an insight.
Insight. Wow, I'm actually have proficiency in that. Still not great, but
Average roll.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, your insight's like my rock climbing. Which to say is not great.
one of Torhild's things for the entirety of this campaign has been being blissfully ignorant to the world around her.
Well, me too, but
It
it's more of
will
a choice
stand.
slash background than anything. Well, I don't have a great insight either. Oh no, I think mine's the same as yours.
So, we have miles yet to travel, yes.
Potentially. Yes.
Quite a few. From my remembrance, the Dwarven Kingdom, which is just to the east of here, was many, many days north of us.
Not seen of dwarves in
Well,
Many years.
unfortunately,
They would
I
apparently
can't.
like to keep it that way.
And unfortunately, I can't really do much to speed our travel on land.
Torsten, understanding the pain of that, will kind of cup your shoulder.
We'll smile up to him.
Way up.
Two really, really tall people.
Nah, Torsten is like 6 foot.
6 foot, 6'5", 5'8".
And then Torhild? Sylvie.
Yeah, to Torhild, you're all giants.
They're the giants. I might have a fix, but I have to look up something real quick.
Well, many days to travel, and this is the end of one of them for us.
Ah, so you are done for a night.
Yes. We're feeling it. And I don't know about this town. We've just come into it. Have you seen anybody?
No, I have not, but I am not long here. I was following a shadow in the woods, guiding me in this direction. I do not know what spirit it belongs to, but a Madame Eva has bit me into its course. She was the one who led the caravan.
Caravan, huh?
A seer, fortune teller.
Sounds pretty nice right now.
They are an interesting bunch. Spent a few months traveling with them.
Well, since you haven't been here long, perhaps we'll take a peek around before we settle down. We could split into a group or two to three groups maybe, and sniff this place out, so to say.
Perhaps so.
The idea seems to unsettle one of the wolves.
We're in deeply wooded area?
You are in a wooded area, yes. It's not pine wooded, though.
I can take eyes above if you would like.
Torsten will raise his eyebrows at you.
If you would like, I can scout from above.
All right.
Which direction are you going to go? So far as I can regroup with you.
I'll take the girls here and we'll start checking out the buildings and start heading north. See if anybody's inside. I can send Sylvie and Astrid to check probably the other half of the buildings.
Give me a couple minutes. Let me see if there's activity there.
I'll give you a nod.
So he'll just kind of adjust his cloak and kind of curl in on himself as his skin grows darker, sprouting feathers, and turns into a large raven that takes off into the canopy.
Sylvie will stop growling once you've gotten high enough.
And now we'll go take a kind of a flyby of the village, of the area, see if there's any movement.
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Perception with advantage. because eyes. Okay, well, 18 and, yeah, 18, 22, 29.
Alright. With the 29, the shadows seem to be shifting, oddly. Perhaps it's the lighting. Perhaps it's the shadow dragon you followed here. You can't quite tell what's causing it, but you do know that the town is empty from your vantage point.
Okay. Well, then I will land back. It does not seem that there is direct presence there, but I did see some motion, though it could be benign.
Alright, well,
Perhaps it is safer that we move as one.
perhaps it's what?
Perhaps it is safer as we moving as one.
It'll take longer to check the buildings. Perhaps we'll just check the closest and get a settling down point.
For now, perhaps so. I have grown accustomed to being wary of shadows.
Moving as a group, how are you guys walking?
I'll take the lead.
Alright. If you're taking lead, who's behind?
Well, either I'm right behind him or I'm right at the back.
Well, Sylvie will be taking up the back where she's been already.
Okay, so then I'll probably just be right behind Newman.
Alright, Torsten will be close by your side.
Right on.
Thorhild will be between Torsten and Sylvie.
Okay. You guys check the surrounding buildings. And though nothing is covered in dust and spider webs, and there's no overgrowth, no proof of animals living amongst this area, there are no people.
Life after people.
You'll move off to probably close to the edge of town, since you're able to check all the buildings, and begin to settle down. Is there anything you guys are doing?
I am probably preparing a handful of food.
Good berries?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could do this too.
Yummy. Does anything about this strangely empty town seem familiar to, like, the town where the shrine was?
The only thing that seems familiar is this freezing aura of emptiness and the darkness.
Nothing has jumped out of the darkness to attack us yet.
No.
Thankfully, not yet, because that would be very unfortunate.
Would still do us well to keep our guards up.
Yeah, but last time, whenever we encountered this, there were always things that came shortly afterwards.
Torhild, you will hear in your mind Sylvie's voice.
Oh?
Well, the town is empty. a good possibility we're too late. Though, Sylvie remains a wolf and curled up with Astrid close by, keeping a watchful and untrustful eye on the newcomer.
You will thought project or whatever back. Is that a thing?
No, you are unable to think project back, which... I mean, if you're sitting there focusing on Sylvie as hard as you can, she'll probably inform you that.
Well, Torhild's ignorant, so yes, that's totally a thing.
Yes, well, then you are informed that, unfortunately, this is a one-way thing.
Then she will just whisper into the wolfy ears.
What are you whispering?
Nothings, sweet nothings.
I'm sorry. I thought it was over. I thought we ended it.
There is a low rumble from Sylvie. And because my fellow doggo is
Yes.
falling sleepy, we can...
No, we could keep going. It's just, me getting up due to my earlier problems caused a little bit of a hiccup in my sleep schedule.
Well, it's already 12:30, and Quinn and I have to get up with the kids. So we might as well call it here because I don't want to get too far into what we're doing.
Okay, fair enough.
Ratitas.
Yes?
Dispel darkness.
I would love to do that, but I did not have this icon that could do that. I didn't get none of the goddamn relics.
Whose fault is that?
Not mine. Freaking.
I don't remember Anwen having an icon.
Well,
She just took a stinky inky bath.
I'm talking about from Barovia.
Oh, that. Not even so much as a vampire tooth.
Grenville got the sun sword. Our priest got the sun disc or whatever it is.
What'd you get? A holly steak?
I got nothing.
Well, that's not
I didn't
fair.
get anything.
To be fair, Grenville was given the sword late.
Well, yeah, but Grenville started in like just barely before the end, so like, well, our other paladin is now like a vampire snack, and he turned out to be a douchebag. But so here, have a sun sword. Let's go kill a vampire.
Basically.
So that was good. Okay, well, thank you everybody for stopping by. Invader Durr, for coming by and hanging with us for a little while. Anybody who is lurking in chat, greatly appreciate you hanging about and enjoying our madness. This is the start of chapter 3 of this game, and some spooky shit's going on. So, yeah.
I am quite keen to see where this chapter takes us.
Yeah. I'm pleased with I'm pleased with who I am this chapter. So yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow? Question mark?
What's the game tomorrow? Rumor game.
Rumor game.
Yeah.
Is it rumor, or are we going to attempt at Crusade again?
Oh, we could
Ooh.
start the
Crusade.
Crusade. Yeah.
Yes.
I think Sin and JR would be down for that if they're into that.
Because I'm ready to run that game.
I'm totally okay with crusading.
Yeah, if JR and Sin are ready, we could do that. and then if they aren't, then we can back up doing rumors.
Yeah. We got a backup plan. We either fight the church or we're just gonna roll some dice. It's gonna be a good time.
Fuck around in the woods. Accidentally a goblin.
I mean, we're not. One, we're not in the woods anymore. Two, you don't accidentally a goblin. You purposefully end its life.
No. We're in Ghost Town,
Hiss isn't
but we
counted,
did
girl.
accidentally a goblin. In fact, we accidentally, like, 4 of them had a firefight. They
Oh, yeah,
pissed
that's
off,
right.
and we said, fuck that.
Oh, that's right. There were gibgobs in there.
Yeah, they were gibgobs.
I forgot. I don't know my own adventure. Shut up. You're a towel.
At least I remembered.
Yeah, no idea.
I pay attention to these things.
I appreciate that.
I was
Nobody loves
happy.
me.
I got to tell a dwarf to fuck off. That was fun.
What? In this
That
game
one.
or the other game?
No, the rumor game.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's
you're
right. Because you killed his friend and then you told the other one to fuck off.
Yep.
I didn't kill his friend.
You murdered the fuck out of his friend.
No, I didn't
That was
attack
me.
anybody that combat.
I murdered the fuck out.
Oh,
of
yeah, you!
My-
Yeah, little gnome.
It is the royal we.
But still, yeah, the gnome, like, piked the fuck out of him.
Yup. And then I told his friend to fuck off.
Exactly. Just like that, in
Bless
fact.
you.
It hurts.
But, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night for, fingers crossed, more hot Crusader action.
I would
And
really
I'm not
like
talking
that.
about my character who was burnt at the stake.
Yeah, Sir Bacon Bits.
Crusader action. Smoldering even.
Burning with desire.
My life is pain. Anyway, take care, guys.
You have some
Good
8th degree
night.
burns.